Hi everybody, welcome to first block and first unit of FinPro Basic. The unit is mutual fund distributor. So this unit will talk about introduction of mutual fund. In this module, we will better understand it with the help of a presentation which is provided by SEBI. The credit goes to SEBI for providing the details of this presentation on mutual fund. So this presentation flow is, we will understand what is mutual fund, what are the structure of mutual fund. We will also understand in this module what is asset management company, which will be called as AMC. How does mutual fund works? The classification of mutual fund. We will understand what are these structures which are based on the mutual fund. We'll talk about investment objectives. We'll talk about investment portfolio. We will understand risk versus return. We'll also understand what are the various categorization of mutual fund. So how we invest in the mutual fund. We will talk about centralized KYC. KYC I mean to say. We will understand mutual fund investment procedure and various investment modes in the mutual fund. So let's understand further on what are the mutual fund plans. The plans are based on growth versus dividend option, and how do we check the information about the mutual fund, which we will understand with the help of SAI. Later module, in the later half you will understand what is SAI. Later on at last we will come to the part of riskometer. So that's all we are going to understand in this module. So let's begin. What is mutual fund? I'm sure guys you have heard about the mutual fund. Mutual fund is a common pool of funds which is contributed by the investor like you and me, and then it is invested according to the objectives. Investments which are done in mutual fund are held in the trust of which investor alone or the joint beneficiary owners, right? Then there is a trustee who oversees and manages all the funds that are invested by the investor, and it is investment manager who takes care of this fund. So now understand what are the structure of the mutual fund. Please understand when I say the structure of the mutual fund, how money comes in, where it goes, how does it flows, all these things we will understand. First part, very important, person in entire mutual fund is an investor like you and me. So all these investors put the money in the mutual fund, and mutual fund is a fund which is managed by the asset management company. Here the asset management company will take care of all investment of the fund. Further, this in asset management company, they have their own registrar who takes care of this fund. Then there are transfer agencies, there are fund accountants are there are bankers, and then last there is an agency distributor. Okay, of course, the mutual fund is actually having two aspects to the working condition of it. One is mutual fund as a, sponsors, they have their sponsors, and then they have a trust. Either sponsors and the trust. But please remember, mutual fund is established as a trust with one of the important act, which is called as under Indian Trust Act 1882. Mutual fund has sponsors, and sponsors then trust, and this trust is executed a trust to form a independent trust. We'll now move to asset management company. What is asset management company or AMC? So there is a manager who takes care of the mutual fund, which is known as investment manager. So investment manager of the mutual fund, this is appointed by the trustee, which is approved by the SEBI. Please remember, SEBI is a very important body. It's a Security Exchange Board of India, and they appointed by the trustees with SEBI approval only. Trustees and AMC enter into the investment management agreement to run this. And to run this, they require to invest seed a capital of at least 1% of the amount that is raised subject to minimum of rupees 50 lakhs. And That is in an open-ended scheme. So you will understand what is open-ended scheme, closed-ended scheme later now. So asset management company should also have a net worth of at least 50 crores at all time. So you must have heard about the asset management company who runs the mutual fund. So it's a very important that the company itself should be financially sound enough. So that is why they require net worth of at least 50 crores at all time. And at least 50% of the member on the board of asset management company have to be independent. An AMC, that is asset management company of one mutual fund, cannot be AMC or trustee or another fund. Please remember, the AMC cannot engage in any business other than the financial advisory and investment management. They have to be solely into the investment management only. Now we will move further. How does mutual fund work? So to understand this, you need to understand what are the investment structures, investment objective and other things. So let's begin with the first part, how mutual fund work. So mutual fund, as I told you, this is a pool of money which has been invested by the investor, and then this money is further managed by asset management company, and it is based on the structure. Now what are the structures of the mutual fund? It can be open-ended fund, it can be closed-ended fund, it can be interval fund. These are the structures on which funds are based. We will understand later on what are these structures in detail. Now it is based on the investment objective also. Your investment objective can be debt fund, it can be equity fund, it can be hybrid fund. Friends, don't get confused about this technical name in case you are not aware about this or you don't know what is this. We will discuss in detail later on. It can also be based on the investment style, the style of investment that I am talking about. It can be passive fund, it can be active fund. Further, there is an open-ended fund. You must have heard about the name open-ended fund. Now I will explain what is open-ended fund. Open-ended fund, this funds has no fixed maturity date like FD, bank FDs and other things.